crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here, and today I'm going to talk about cutting out these cute little party pandas, which are part of the Sale-a-Bration set that you can get for free when you spend $50 or more, starting January 1st. So this is the set, and I'm going to go ahead and cut them out. Now, I just wanted to tell you a couple things. I always try to do a test cut before I do my videos. And what I noticed is I was having a hard time with this panda. And then I took a closer look, and I saw that the balloon was not quite all the way connected. There was another opening right there, and there was another opening right there. Okay, you could take your basic black marker, but I instead used a fine tip black pen because I really needed some precision. Okay, and I went ahead, and I'm just going to show you, I went ahead and I connected those. Okay, I put a black dot there, I put a black dot there, and I connected the balloon. Now, I didn't do it on all my images. The reason I did it is because I don't care if all of them cut out, because not all of my stamped images came out well. But that's another story maybe we'll talk about in a minute. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do when you turn on your ScanNCut is you're going to go ahead and press scan. Because I'm going to directly cut the images, I want to directly cut these out. I'm not going to save them. Therefore, I'm going to choose direct cut. I'm in black and white recognition mode, which is perfect for this kind of project. I'm going to go ahead and load my mat. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and say start. Now it's going to scan them in for me. Normally, this is a brand new mat, but normally if your mat doesn't stay sticky, I would use masking tape or painter's tape on your mat to help stick your paper down. Okay, and the other trick I'm going to show you is that I use a spatula. This is my Cricut spatula. I also use Pampered Chef spatulas. Okay, a lot better results this time because I connected those lines. I'm going to say, okay, this is my preview screen. Okay, that one is pretty good. That one's good. That one I didn't bother connecting because remember I told you I didn't want to cut them all. Not all of them came out well in my stamped images, so I didn't bother connecting all the balloons. Okay, first of all, we are going to, just so we can get rid of some of these little bits, I'm going to ignore object size. I'm going to go ahead and ignore things about 1/2 inch because I know my pandas are bigger than that. So just go ahead and ignore 1/2 inch. Okay, about. That way you'll get rid of all the little bits. It will ignore those and it won't try to, cut those out. Okay, I'm going to say okay. The other thing I want to do is I want to put a border around the pandas. I didn't do that on my first try. And because I didn't put a border, it came out perfect and it cut along the edge. But then my little hat, the little frill on top of the hat, it didn't cut out because I didn't do a border. So I'm going to go ahead and put a border around the whole panda. Now, I can fix these, no problem, with a little dot, one of those enamel dots. So I'm okay with that. Nothing goes to waste. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, the border, when I say border, it's just outline distance. I choose the first option, 0.04. That always gives me a good result. Okay, I'm going to say okay. And then I'm going to now show you that you can actually do some editing here because I want to get rid of these parts. I want to get rid of this, and let's take a look at my sheet. Is that one I want to cut out? No, we'll leave him. He did pretty good. Okay, so just a few. So I'm going to go ahead and it's already selected in red, and I'm going to go ahead and trash that little bit. And I'm just going to trash the rest of that. So now none of this panda is going to cut. Okay, I'm also going to trash that little extra bit of balloon around the edge. So now I'm left with one panda here. Panda, 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 full panda. Okay, full panda. Now this panda here is just a panda head. Now, let's go ahead and cut out the panda head because you know what? We can use a dimensional and make a 3D panda head. But let's trash the balloon. Although we could do the same with the balloon. Let's just trash the balloon. Okay, now we're left with just cutting out pandas with an outline distance. Okay, I'm going to say okay. I'm going to say cut. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say start. We have 2 minutes. So, talk about a couple things. Although it's a little loud, I don't want to stop recording because I want you to see how simple this process is from start to finish. And I don't want you to think I'm doing any trickery here. This is how easy the Brother ScanNCut is. Okay, it's doing a great job. I am using white cardstock. Okay, it's just a standard cardstock. I also use Whisper White quite often. Okay, this is a blade depth of 5 because on standard cardstock I use a blade depth of 5. Get to know your machine, but figure out what blade depth works best for you. When I use Designer Series paper, I use a blade depth of 4. I have many tutorials on me using Designer Series paper. And then if I use thick cardstock, or anything with like say, glitter on it or texture, then I would use a blade depth of 6. Okay. So in the Occasions catalog, starting January 1st, you can get this Party Panda set. Oops, I didn't mean to stop cutting because I accidentally touched it with my stamp case, but I go ahead and resume, it's no problem. Okay, so you can get this Party Panda set for free when you spend $50 or more. We also have items you can get for $100. So when you look at it, what will make a good, scan and cut image, anything with the well-defined lines. So this is like a perfect image for scan and cut. This is perfect up here, this panda. Now this panda is not perfect in as it stands. You must connect this one space here, the one space here, and connect the balloon if you want to get a full cut around the edge. Never try to cut text. Now you can use the Brother ScanNCut to put a shape around the text, and I could show you that, but you're better off just using punches. Just go ahead and use your punches for these, and this is just a good little background. So don't try to use a Brother ScanNCut on text like this, but you can use a shape unless you want to put maybe a heart, and then you can cut a heart around it. All right, so let's see how we did. I'm going to say it's finished cutting. That was only 2 minutes. I'm going to say okay. First thing is I'm going to unload the mat. Okay, I'm going to unload the mat. So I'm going to show you now. This is my mat. I'm going to go ahead and pull these off of my mat. Okay, the one thing first I do, remember I told you I was cutting the panda head on purpose, so don't think, oh, why'd you cut a panda head? I'm going to do something 3D with the panda head. Okay, this is the only time you're going to see a sticky mat. I'm always talking about this in my videos. One of my pet peeves is that they don't make very sticky mats. Brother. But this, this is a brand new mat, so it's sticking well. In fact, it's sticking so well I have to pull this cardstock off. Okay, so here we're left with the pandas. Okay, now the best way to get things off of your mat, I think, is just to bend your mat. Okay, like that. Okay, and then it comes right off your mat. So look how awesome. And you can always take your black marker or something and fill in any little light spots. But I just had a hard time stamping these, maybe because my stamp is brand new. There's that panda head. I used 3 different types of ink. I used Memento, I used basic black archival, I used another ink. I mean, really, it's just going to take a little bit, maybe a little bit of practice for me to get better stamped images. But here's the best part about it. If you learned anything from this lesson today, it's this. I mean, is that awesome or what? All I had to do, once again, if you just tuned in or you fast forwarded, all I needed to do was take a little black pen, okay, and just put a dot there, and a dot there. And when I did that, my Party Panda with the balloon, there's another one, if you don't believe me, here's another one upside down on this side of the mat. Okay, I have a narrow field of view, so I have to put things in there so you can see them. Okay, there we are. That's what happens when you do things to help the Brother ScanNCut. It needs solid, well-defined black lines to be able to scan, so give it those lines. Okay, last tip of the day. You're going to try to run out and do this, and maybe your mats aren't so sticky, and you're going to decide to use my method of, maybe you're going to go and say, oh, she said to use painter's tape, or she said to use masking tape. Fine, but when you're scanning, never cover up these lines, okay? Never, ever, ever cover up these lines, because this is what the Brother ScanNCut needs to use to register what you're scanning. So if you're going to use that tape, place your paper in the center of the mat, and then tape anywhere you want inside the mat. But don't tape on those numbers. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the comment section. Thank you.